All right, welcome everybody to episode 27 of the Nutanix Weekly Podcast. I have my guy Jaira Cox here. Jaira, how's it going?
Good, Harvey. How you doing?
I am doing pretty good. It is a two-man show today.
This is a variable size podcast. It could be as many as maybe five, or actually I think we've hit 6 participants before.
We did. Yeah.
Just like a Nutanix cluster, right? Scale out, scale in.
There
Today,
you go.
running lean and mean.
That's right.
Somehow I think inversely, right? With the average cluster, as you grow, performance also increases, right? Because scale out.
Yep.
I think with podcasts, the fewer the hosts, I bet the faster we get to the content, though.
Yes.
Funny how that works.
We tend to do that. Sometimes that's on accident. Sometimes that's on purpose. But today we got some compute heavy nodes.
Nice. Well, I mean, I've been home for a while cooking. I'm also kind of storage heavy right now too.
Okay, so you're probably like maybe a G6 storage heavy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I probably resemble that shape.
So today, what we'll be getting into is an blog article about Nutanix certification being recognized as one of the top 15 paying certifications in the IT world. Which for some people is probably a huge surprise. Like, wait, what's Nutanix again? I want to go get this.
Well, and I even loved seeing this, that usually if you saw a blog post about, hey, we cracked the top 15, you're probably at 15 or at number 14.
Right.
I was delighted to see this study saying, yeah, of course, Nutanix certifications cracked the top 15 highest paying certifications according to some studies, but it's not even like close. Like it's like number 8. Like it's solidly up there.
It's solidly up there. For those wondering, awesome, this is for the NCP MCI, which is a lot of letters. It stands for, I'm going to do this off the top of my head, which is always a bad thing. Nutanix Certified Professional for Multi-Cloud Infrastructure.
Dude, nailed it. Got it in one.
So, Jaira, tell us what that means.
So this is our certification from, I'll say from memory, but really I'm also looking at the cheat sheet as I say this. Second level cert. So there's an associate level cert, and then this is I would call it, if I was coaching my customers, I would say the first professional level cert. There are some others that are kind of peers of it, but I think it gives you a fantastic scenario, right? Fantastic foundation of how do I manage Nutanix clusters, right? Use some of the key features. I'm looking at the exam blueprint here, and we should shout out to this blog post links to our nutanix.com/certifications site, where you can learn more about all kinds of Nutanix certifications. For storage management, which is, takes you about 2 minutes to learn. Actually, that part's pretty easy. Security, encryption, turning on other features like storage services, like how do I get block storage? How do I get other stuff like file and object storage out of a cluster? And then how do I kind of zoom out and manage a bunch of clusters at once, like, right, Prism Central. So yeah, so the NCP, the code name for it, right, NCP MCI, multi-cloud infrastructure. Is what that covers. Yeah, like a lot of certifications, right? Data sheet that tells you here's what you're going to learn. Exam blueprint that tells you here's what you actually need to go study, right? These are the areas to gauge yourself. How's my comfort level on these types of areas, to study up on that. And for a lot of stuff on the site as well, there's even an ability to learn on the site as well.
Right. So yeah, I guess a couple things to follow up on that. For some people who already hold Nutanix certifications, this would be the newer version of what used to just be called the NCP. I believe the first NCP I had was NCP 5.0. That NPP. Now I don't
go back quite a ways.
Yeah, sometimes things change name and they get lost in translation halfway through.
Yep.
But one of the things, to Jara's point, there's a link to the certification page through this blog post, which I clicked on and took us there. And then the next thing that I see that catches my eye is you can save up to $150 on the certification exams. And of course, I go to click that, register by October 31st to get 75% off. So
bam, nothing to sneeze
you
at
can
there.
get 75% off the cert that is going to help you get paid more than that $150 it's saving you.
Harvey, are you saying I spend less right now,
Yes.
and then I get this cert and I actually earn more?
Yes, I
Crazy talk.
am saying what I say to a lot of
Crazy
people.
talk.
Sometimes you have to take time to invest in yourself. This is a good way to do that, to learn some skills and go out there and prove that you've learned those skills, to move yourself further in the Nutanix direction. I want, well, they have, actually they have on here, what certified, which you're passing your tests. There are classes out there that can help increase your chances of passing the test faster. But they do have a discount code out here for you to put in to register, and it will discount your exam, which is actually great.
So that's actually for, I think that code is actually for the exam cost itself. I did just look, and this is going to get filed under things I should have done before we started recording. I see training for all of the NCP levels on our Nutanix University site. So if you've got a My Nutanix account, you can actually get prepped for all of these, and then of course also take advantage of the discount code for the exam cost as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are, if you already have your NCP, there is a list that I have up on the screen of exams that this is still good for, outside of just the one we're talking about today, which is the NCP-MCI. But
which I called kind of the foundational one, I think. Right. So, but that's a Jira term. That's not required. I think you could take any of the NCPs as your first one if you wanted to, right? Jump right into a specialty.
Absolutely. So
the other ones you could also look at, like the shorthand for it would be the NCP DS, right? So data services, probably focusing more in depth on like file and block storage provided to anywhere, right? But probably to things outside the cluster. NCP EUC, right? Of course, focus for us and for Zentegra and user computing. Database automation, the NCP DB, and then NCP multi-cloud automation, right? After doing I would say after, but no formal requirement there. After doing the Nutanix multi-cloud infrastructure, then multi-cloud automation, right? How do I actually, a favorite topic of this podcast, right? Automation. Of course, only automating good work, right? Never automating.
Right. Yeah. Never automating the bad.
That would be horrible.
No. Never.
This is so much fun. Yeah, no, for sure. So training available, codes available for the testing, and bam, career elevation available as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, the code here that we're talking about expires on October 31st. So definitely get in and schedule that. And if for some reason you need a little help with making sure things happen, you can always reach out to your friendly XenTegra representative, and we will help you through the process. So that could include a lot of things, but we'll help you through the process, help you get prepared, help you test it out, help you lots of things. So definitely hit up your XenTegra rep. Be happy to help you in your pursuit of getting Nutanix certifications.
Yeah, helps you with your day-to-day Nutanix administration, shows what you're talking about, gives you the familiarity of, oh yeah, I know how to do this, no big deal, click.
Right.
And then also, of course, looks good on the resume, looks good to your leadership, right? That hey, I like Nutanix for my infrastructure, but also my team knows it and I can prove it. And here's Absolutely. X, Y, and Z.
Absolutely.
You know, and of course, quick tease that after this, right after the professional level certs, we've got the master level certification right now is for multi-cloud infrastructure, and NCM. And then the one we've had for a long time, right? NPX, right? The highest level certification you can get with us as a platform expert requires, that's when you get into the, you know, needs in person, or I think right now where we also are doing, you know, remote video conferencing defenses, right? You're actually going to submit a design, defend it against live Q&A. And I think you actually have to, last time I checked, I've actually thought about getting the cert myself a couple times. It's a huge time investment, right? So still aspirational, but it's like write a design on one hypervisor, and then you're going to defend a live Q&A on a second one. So requires in-depth mastery of multiple hypervisors, the same way that we support multiple hypervisors at Nutanix, to get our highest level certification.
I think what you're saying, Jara, is for that one, you got to be ready.
Got to be ready. It's definitely not a hop on, you know, the who even does tests these days? Like a Pearson site, you know, and just click next, and you know, oh, you clicked all the right answers. Here's your
it is
here's
not multiple choice. You have to be ready to take questions.
You get if there's a panel involved, that's a big cert.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for one of those and just watch somebody either squirm or just knock it out of the park. Success.
I'll bet both happen.
I'm sure.
And of course, and the way, you know, the joke is everyone has a lab environment. Not everyone has a separate production environment.
Right.
So if that describes you, and yet you want to hop onto a Nutanix cluster and click some buttons and see what happens, take a look at Test Drive, right? testdrive.nutanix.com. And that can be a fun way to hop into a cluster for a couple hours as you're studying for these certifications, but you want to see a live running environment.
Yeah, so that's a good segue. You know what else is a fun way to experience that, Jara?
Ooh, what else is a fun way, Harvey?
We have a monthly Zentegra Nutanix webinar workshop combo where people can get in and actually do hands-on and actually have me and potentially a couple of other Nutanix engineers, some from Zentegra, some from Nutanix, that will help you actually go through and actually make a lot of this work in a place where you can actually ask questions and kind of put us on the hot seat a little bit.
Dude, that does sound like a very fun way.
Yes.
Can I do some real-time follow-up and correct a URL that I read aloud and remembered wrongly? Don't go to what I said. Go to nutanix.com/test drive.
No, mistakes live in perpetuity.
When you're wrong on the internet, you're wrong forever. Yeah.
Right.
Don't go to what I said. Go to nutanix.com/test drive instead, and you'll have much more success getting where I was wanting you to go.
All right. One more time.
nutanix.com/test drive.
Perfect. All right. Getting back to the blog post, and I wanted to make one quick point. You know, we talked through how this wasn't, you know, when you say top 15, sometimes you mean number 15, right? This is actually, you know, in the top 10 and still not number 10. A couple of the ones that were, if we look at the list really quick, and yeah, I'm gonna do it live because I'm just crazy like that. If we look at the list, above the Nutanix certification is PMP, a couple of security, well, 3 security certs, AWS certified architect, Google certified architect and engineer, right? Why would Harvey show us all of this? Well, I think it's interesting that you have Google, AWS, and security right in front of this. And then after it, you have more security. You've got VMware certified, right? So Microsoft, Cisco certified, Citrix certified, CompTIA Security Plus, right? Why would Harvey show us all of this? Well, one of the things that I wanted to highlight in doing that is that you have, we talked about what the MCI stands for, right? Multi-cloud infrastructure. For a lot of people, that's just some little fancy term, right? But what we're actually talking about here is the ability to have yourself be certified on a platform and on software that you can use both on-prem and in the cloud. Wait,
Very true.
not just any cloud. It could be Google, it could be AWS, it could be Azure. So yeah, multi-cloud. Oh, that makes sense now, right?
No, it's super true. I mean, and absolutely great point. And really, I'd say everything on the list above us and even below us, right? Things you should be really competent in, right? So like, it looks to me like a third of this list, like 5 of the 15 are security centric certifications.
Yeah, look,
right?
so
Super
let's go
timely.
down it. We'll start at number 1, cloud. Number 2, cloud.
This is
Number
a list
3,
reading
cloud.
podcast, right? Every podcast should read lists, right? That's a
Right.
huge hit with audiences.
Security, project management.
Which
Nutanix.
I'm a strong believer in good project management.
Right. So it's like most of these are cloud or security or making sure that things happen. Right. That's where the money is right now, people. Cloud, security, and making sure that things happen. Looking at this cert is a way to get certified really in all 3.
Yeah, it's almost like those things like are valuable to the business, I guess.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, what does the business pay the IT people to do, right?
Yeah.
Make sure that they can use their stuff anywhere, that it runs great, and that it's secure, and that stuff happens.
Yeah, securely solve problems in lots of problem domains on time. Yeah.
Right. So I am both saying that, it's sort of a great surprise that this list came out, but when you look at it, it's sort of not a surprise, right? The concepts are exactly what you would expect.
Yeah, very validating.
So sorry, we've done a lot of dancing around the article, right? Let me go through it a little bit. So I'll skip past why people get certifications, right? I think if you're listening to us, you probably know why. It helps you be more proficient at what you're doing, or it helps you, show that you can be proficient in something that's coming, whether that be coming where you are or coming where you're going. So lots of conversation through the article about why people would get certed and sorry, I say certed. It happens. That's Harvey slang for being certified.
I'm not nearly that cool enough.
It just sometimes happens. I don't think about it. I guess certified was too long a word, so I made it shorter. I don't know.
I'm a fan of efficiency. That's cool.
So anyway, so you have Global Knowledge, who did the survey, produces this, I believe, every year. Yeah, every year, annually for the past 15 years. And it says it has become a benchmark for IT professionals around the world. So I guess I'll go ahead and make the disclaimer that in no way, shape, or form is Harvey guaranteeing you that you will get the salary that's shown here if you go out and get the cert. There are lots of things that come into play when you work to try to get yourself a salary, whether that's where you are or a new place that you're going. So I did not guarantee that. This isn't even my survey. These are not even my numbers, right?
And I'm glad you said that. I think you were about to get a lot of angry email feedback.
Yeah, like, why isn't my salary?
Way to deflect
that. I don't know. This is not a Harvey guarantee. These are not my numbers. We talked to Global Knowledge on that, I guess. I defer. How about that? I defer to Global Knowledge and Robert Half. So there you go. Those are the 2 names mentioned in the article. So anyways, talking through, I guess, more about that. Jaira, you've completed this journey already, as have I, to get the NCP.
Mm-hmm.
What is that journey like? What can you tell the people that would be important to
them? That's a great question. I should have prepped more for that question. I enjoyed taking the cert for sure. The questions broadly, I'll say my experience getting Nutanix certifications, even of course as a Newton, has been the certs focus on how you think about a problem, right, and less about do some rote memorization. So they're they're good because they're trying to get you thinking a certain way about how to solve a problem, and less like, can you go memorize some stats and speeds and feeds and then go answer questions fast enough before you forget them.
Yes. So I actually love that you said that, because really the Harvey translation of that, right, is that you need to actually go and study the concepts and try it out and, try to learn rather than memorize.
Oh yeah, for sure. Imagine that.
You're right. I put a huge premium in my life and my, the people I talk to, the techs, even, the customers that I talk to, right, that I always want to know not just the how to do something, but the why are you doing that. And I think that's definitely the strategy you want to take into this, into learning about it, not just go out here and, try to memorize terms, memorize knowledge. Like there's a memory component there. Like you do want to know what stuff means and, understand what the terms mean, terminology. But you definitely want to know how to do things, but more importantly, why you're doing it. Because ultimately that's what's going to help you, right? When you actually have this in your environment and let's say the greatest thing happens, right? You go out, you get the cert, and they pay you all this money that they had in here, in the survey. At that point, guess what? They're going to want you to deliver. And having memorized what the terms mean long enough to pass a test does not translate directly into I'm the best at doing this, because you need to know how and you need to know why.
No, 100% right. And that's almost well, I would say optimistically, hopefully the changing face of certification industry wide. Obviously,
I hope so.
Obviously that's a way more expensive sentence than I'm rated for.
Yeah.
But in general, right, it's 2021. If I could Google it easily, I probably will, and I won't memorize that. Will I think about how to solve a problem, all day, every day? For sure. That's the better skill to get somebody trained on, certified on, and prove that you can do well.
Right. I mean, like we talked about when we looked at the list, right? Cloud, security, and getting stuff done.
Yeah, make it happen.
I mean, security, I think that at this point, I think everybody will finally admit security is important.
I mean, what are the headlines today?
Yeah, really. So, with security, let's take that topic for a second. With security, memorizing terms is not going to help you when you're being attacked. Knowing how to get to where you need to get, how to secure things, how to take your backups, like all of the things that we talk about, through the podcast, all of the things that you can do with Nutanix. You need to know how to do all of those things and why you're doing them. Because later on, I shouldn't say if, it is never if, it is always when something happens, you need to know how to respond to that, right? And that's what the cert is testing you on. That's what the people who are writing your paycheck are writing the paycheck for, to make sure that things are running and they're secured. And
I mean, the only bit I was going to pick was about the how to secure something when you're under attack.
Right.
I feel like these days, if you're under attack, it's probably already over, right? Like if you didn't deploy something securely the first time, you probably don't really get a second chance.
No, well, I mean, it depends, right? Because if you are in the process of getting hit and you do respond in a manner that stops that threat pretty quickly, I mean, I think
unplug the switch.
Well, I mean, it depends on how far things have happened and how you respond, right there. but to your point, unplug the switch is not going to be a test answer.
Right. No, very true. Better. We can agree on better to get it right and secure the first time.
Right. So, but the point of that is, right, memorizing isn't going to help you in that situation.
Yeah, true. Probably not a good time to remind your boss, but I'm certified on X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's not going to work. I think it'll be more like your boss saying, "I thought you were certified on this."
Right. Someone will bring that up in the conversation, but probably shouldn't be you.
Oh gosh. All right. Like we are both way off topic and still very on it.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how we roll. So again, to Jair's point earlier, we've got the Nutanix certification site that is linked here. It will definitely have a lot more information around what you need to look at for the training for the course, any training classes if you decide you want to take classes. You've got us at Zentegra, who are also doing hands-on workshops, trainings, things like that, to try to make sure that everybody's educated. I wouldn't suggest you take my class and then decide that that's going to be the catalyst for your certification, because that's not at all what I'm trying to do here. I want to make sure that you are learning things, that you're able to use it, and that you've got a foundation to move on. Not, oh yeah, well, let's take Harvey's course and then we'll go pass the exam. I'm again not getting the Harvey guarantee on that. Any parting thoughts as we get closer to the end here?
We grow ever closer by the day to .next 2021.
We do,
coming up next
week.
So
absolutely,
this is probably the last podcast you'll hear from us, where you can still listen to it, go register in advance. And
I would be remiss if I missed the opportunity to also throw out there that if you register for .next, you can take an exam.
Oh, that I should have looked that up too. Wow, that's a good call.
Yeah. So
way to go, Harvey. That's a great call.
That's why I'm here.
This is a team effort and you're doing all the work.
So yeah, .next, again, if you haven't heard about it, is Nutanix's yearly conference that they have. It is virtual this year. I bet you can't guess why. But because it's virtual, it does not cost you anything, which is important. But as a part of that not costing you anything, you get courses, you get breakout sessions, you get access to Nutanix engineers and architects. You get access to lots of people who know a whole lot more about Nutanix than in some cases than even Jaira and I. But you'll get access to talk to all of those people, to attend classes and breakouts that are led by them, right? Be able to do and learn a lot from the very seat that you're sitting in. How about that?
Yeah, no, I've never heard a .next keynote session that wasn't packed full of good stuff on our technical side. Great speakers that come and do the large sessions as well from around the industry, people that have just fantastic stories to tell. And then of course, usually like tactically, there's always, you catch a handful of great breakouts that like actually impact what you do on a day-to-day basis, right? Help make what you do easier, more controllable. Hey, I can automate that. That's awesome. That kind of stuff. So the cool thing is I feel like you can pack the whole conference into even less time, right? No travel, right. No hotel, couple hours over a couple of days, and get a lot of really good value out of that at the low price of free.
It can't get any lower.
So yeah, definitely nutanix.com/next. I'll get that one right on the first try.
Look at you.
If you're listening to this and this episode just came out, you should go register like right now.
Now.
Otherwise, you will watch some recordings of this and not be able to catch it live with us next week.
Right. And so they also have free certification practice exams, simulations, demos, videos, and gosh, you can go take a free exam while you're at .next. How about that? We were talking about the little code that would get you 75% off. If that wasn't cheap enough for you, let's go take it for free.
Man, efficient.
That's perfect. So yeah, lots and lots to do, lots to come. Definitely join the Zentegra class if you get a chance. That'll be on Thursday, September 16th. We will also do it again next month. That date is to be announced. You got Nutanix .next the next week. I did a good job of saying .next until just then. I always forget my dot. But you got Nutanix .next next week. And you can join that for free, get all kinds of knowledge for free. And you know what? If you come back with questions and you want to join us on the podcast, how about that? We'll do that, and we'll take questions and play Stump the Chump with Jaira.
Bam. Pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's see who's
I can't wait to hear it.
listening, right?
That'll be a good episode.
All right, Jaira, any parting thoughts? I think I asked you that already, but now we're doing it again.
I'm good. No new parting thoughts.
All right, perfect. I am good too. So then I guess we are to the end of this week's podcast. Definitely let us know if you guys have questions for us or want to follow up with us on anything. We appreciate you listening.
For sure. Talk to you, man.
Yep. See you next time.